First of all, my name's Carol Van Houten. I live in Eugene.
Welcome, Carol.
And I want to thank you for all the work you've done to end the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. I know you've been there working hard on that. So my question has to do with what's actually going to happen. There is this so-called plan to be out at the end of this year now, but also talk about residual forces staying there. So my question has to do with what's going to happen about that, and is there anything we as citizens can do to help?
Yes, there is. I'm glad you asked. In 2012, actually going back to 2011, I put forward a resolution which said more or less the following: Mr. President, stay with the plan to end the war in Afghanistan, get us out by the end of 2014, and whatever you can do, speed it up. And when I had been calling and lobbying individual other senators on both sides of the aisle, and wasn't sure if I had the votes, and Senator McCain offered to hold a voice vote in 2011. And I was counseled by my peers, take it. You'll win this vote. It'll be the first time that either chamber has weighed in to end the war in Afghanistan, so we did. And then what happened? It disappeared in conference committee. So in 2012, we had a stronger resolution, kind of a little bit more aggressive, and I talked to Senator McCain and to Senator Lindsey Graham, and they said, yes, we're supportive as we were the previous year. And they said, man, you're going to take a voice vote, right? And I said, oh, no, actually, this year we're going to take a recorded vote to strengthen your position when you lobby in conference. Well, as soon as it came to a recorded vote, I lost their support. But we got a big bipartisan vote, and we saved it in the conference committee, and it went to the Oval Office. And so the first time that somebody made it to the Oval Office saying, Mr. President, end this war. And now we're at the new stage that you're referring to. And the new stage is that the executive branch has been negotiating a post-war agreement. And the president of Afghanistan, Karzai, I said, I want to go consult my assembly before I agree with this. We have not had the same consultation or authorization from the U.S. Senate, because this essentially is a cousin to a treaty, if you will. And so I put forward a resolution this last year that says, Mr. President, don't proceed to agree for another decade of thousands of Americans being in Afghanistan, many, many millions of dollars, unless you come back to the Senate and House and get authorization. So that's what I'm advocating for, and we haven't had a chance to get a vote on it. Unfortunately, no amendments were allowed on the Defense Authorization Act, or none after the initial two that were agreed to. And so I think it's very important for citizens to be weighing in on this. If you don't want to see us tied up in Afghanistan for another 10 years without a full debate, then our House members and our Senate members across this country have to hear from citizens on it.